Today, as close as we can for this polishing operation here. Of course, we'll get a little light because you can't see nothing without light. Now, first I'm going to give you just a little bit of general information. And I have a whole drawer of different polishes that you can use, including different diamond powders. This is a thing here of different diamond powders. There's more diamond powders here. And diamond powders use a special lubricant. Some of the polishes that I have are triple E. I have a cerium oxide. I have, I think that's chrome oxide. This is Lindy A. And then somewhere here, I think I have some zinc oxide as well. And first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on here, and then I'm going to adjust my water supply, because you really don't want very much water for this operation. Can you see here? See that dripping? I'm going to adjust that down to where it's just barely dripping. You see that drip, drip, drip? It's just barely dripping. And I'm gonna let this guy start. This process doesn't take much water. I actually think I'm gonna feel the water. Now, I'm going to take a clean brush and I'm going to take a little wet Lindy powder and charge up this wheel a little bit. Then we're going to take our first stone, and in this case I'm going to start with a turquoise. And I'm going to try and shine this bad boy up. Now look how shiny that guy is now. And what polishing does is it actually melts the stone. I'd say I probably still have too much water. Now the polishing disc is made out of a product called ozite carpeting. There are other materials you can use. You can use felt, you can use leather, you can use lead and tin, which you can charge up with polishing compounds. There you go. Now for fun, let's call that one done. A fair amount of pressure. And on some stones you use a whole lot of pressure, and it's important you get the stone hot. Okay. Now, you can see how shiny the stone is now. If you just get this guy just a little bit more. There you are. process is seeing those finished pieces come off the line. And you can spend more time and you can spend less than what I'm showing you. Some people are very picky. Many of the stone cutters I know wear a loop or magnification when they work. And I recommend it. I'm wearing 2-power glasses right now. Let me get that polish all the way down to the girdle of the stone. And here's another one. I believe we're down to just a couple left. This is a little labradorite. Now often you'll have stones come off your dop stick while you're polishing because you do have a tendency to get these stones hot. Okay, and that is the finished stone. I want to emphasize they're only as good as you sand them and grind them. Get to this stage here and you don't have the stone properly sanded, you will never get it polished. And the last one. This is what it looks like now. I'm gonna load up a little bit here and quite a difference. Here we are, ready for a quick lesson on gem cutting. And I am your professor today. Judy said I should do this because it's Halloween. So here we are. What we're going to do, just get positioned here. When you cut, let's just say this is your rock here, and you've got a trim saw blade. When you have say that's the stone that you want to get, you take your trim saw and you cut it like this. Then you'd use your trim saw to cut it closer and closer and closer and closer. But you never actually touch the stone inside your drawn oval. Now, next you would cut here and here and here and here. And now your basic oval shape, that oval shape that you're trying to get, will be self-evident. You've got and the minimum number of cuts. Then you can use your blade. If this is your saw blade here, you can use the edge of your blade to wear away these spots here, or you can just go to your heavy grinder and do the step one of the grinding. Now, when you do your dopping, you need a dop stick. And if all you have is a stick that you got off a tree, what you need to do is take your sealing wax and put a little glob of dop wax right there. And you can use an alcohol torch, or you can use your stove top even. And you just take your dop stick and you put a little on the end there. Then when it's hot, you'll mold it with your fingers and make like a little, if this is your stick here, you'll have like a little lump that looks like that. And you'll heat that very top. And if this is your stone here, you'll come in with your dop stick and just glue it right here. So you end up with something that looks like that. You want this very vertical if you can. Now, when you start grinding, if this is a cross section, your first grind be along like that at about a 45-degree angle. And you want to come to about the halfway point in the stone with your first grind. This is number one. Your first grind. You're gonna take your stone and you're gonna go all the way around, nice and even. If you do it properly, you'll have a little line. Your grind line will go right along the middle. Now, some people use you can use a black magic marker. You can use a magic marker, and you can blacken the side of this, and you can blacken the top. And then as you grind, you can see a line of black right here. That's a good way to keep track of how even you're doing it. And the same way here, as you grind it, you'll create a black perimeter, and you should have a shape that is the same as the outside shape. You have 3 different grinds that you need to do. You have a coarse, you have a medium, and you have a fine. And this is your grind. You use the coarse for the rough shape. Your medium will take out the grind marks that your coarse put in. And your fine, and this is for smoothing. And this is for sanding. So you have 1, 2, and 3. Next, you've got your sanding. For your sanding, you're going to use 220, 320, 400, and 600 grit. And that is wet or dry. that's wet or dry paper, and it has you get it at the auto supply. So you get it at the water supply, and you do it wet. You can also dry sand, and you'll learn a lot by doing both. Last, you have your polish. And your main polishes are cerium oxide, you have zinc, OXIDE, you have zinc oxide. You can also use chrome oxide. You can also use Lindy A or B. Skip this. That's Lindy A or B. You can also use diamond. And diamond powder comes all the way to, I'm going to say 1,200 to 50,000 grit. You can get diamond in any coarseness you want, and diamond is the fastest way to go. There are other polishes. You can use silver polishes. You can use tripoli, and you can use rouge. Those I often use on turquoise. Those are soft stones. Okay, I can't think of anything else. Have a happy Halloween. Be safe out there and enjoy rock cutting.